Natalie, you're from
The Isle of Lewis.
where you make shows your product.
Hebridean Sea Salt.
And when you came up with the idea, what did people say?
They thought the idea of sea salt was a good idea, but because I was a young female wannabe entrepreneur, they weren't quite so convinced by that.
Who's they?
They are the establishment, just well-known sort of philanthropists and a few sort of business advisors to begin with.
Who did support you?
In the end, I just really had to persevere, and I had good support from the Prince's Trust, and also the Highlands and Islands Enterprise were really supportive.
So when you say the establishment, in what way did that manifest itself?
I would say it was sort of that old boys club network type thing, where I approached a philanthropist who was really well known. He'd won awards, he's got an OBE, and his comeback to me was, go and wash windows. Come back to me when you've got a couple of employees, then I'll think about funding you. And he thought I wanted to run off with his money. So, that was a bit of a put down, but I turned that around and made it a positive, and it actually spurred me on to do what I've done. So, thank you.
Who has supported you? Personally and friends?
Personally, well, my family, my partner, and also actually a local person who I'm not even that friendly with, but who's quite big in business in Glasgow, just gave me some money. He just said, I really like what you're doing. I think you're going to make it work. Here's a bit of money, because in 1978 or something, my auntie gave me £1,000, and that's what made me. And he decided that he wanted to do the same, and that was just blew me away that someone could do that for you. So,
where did you get the idea for the sea salt from?
I had read about Cornish sea salt down in south of England, and I just instantly thought Hebridean Sea Salt. I live in the Hebrides, and there was no other Scottish salt, so I just thought, why not? It was a no-brainer for me.
So how do you make it?
How do I make it? I pump in seawater from the gorgeous sea loch that I live next to. We pump it into our premises, and we just slowly evaporate it. Yeah.
It's an age-old tradition, isn't it, making salt from the sea?
Yeah, it is. Obviously, hundreds of years ago, it was currency. People were paid in salt. That's how the world went round. Romans, they paid people in salt, but obviously it died out in the sort of last couple of hundred years. So.
Wow. Now, I notice, show us your little gold taste award badge.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, there we go. So what has that meant to you, getting a taste award?
That's just recognition that it's a good quality salt, that like the taste, we had feedback from it. And also, just having a gold taste award means that consumers know that it's a quality product.
What did you have to do to get the business off the ground? Has it been straightforward?
No, it's not been straightforward. I just had to put together an absolutely blinding business plan and had to work really, really hard on that. And I just had to persevere and approach lots of funding agencies just to raise the cash.
Did you have to raise much? How much did you have to raise?
I've raised £100,000.
Good grief, that's a fair chunk of money. Well done, you.
So, yeah, but that's been in 2 stages. So I've raised initial £50,000, and I've got a second £50,000 that's due this month to come through.
And what's that gone on?
That's gone on equipment and some services, just to really upscale production, because I'm sold out every week. So.
Did you find it was easier to get money for equipment as opposed to money for marketing?
Yes. Yeah, for some reason they just like cold hard assets.
But what makes a product sell?
Marketing.
So how are you doing it?
I'm just doing it myself. Part of the brand of Hebridean Sea Salt is myself. I'm the person behind it. Understand that, as an entrepreneur, you're the face of that brand. So you've got to, take it on board yourself. And it's working pretty well. We're getting there.
Did you ever think you would start your own business?
When I was younger, no. But then I moved out to the Hebrides, which is traditionally very enterprising anyway because of lack of jobs. My partner's a self-employed person, and I just saw, I was just really inspired by it and wanted to.
So it's actually easier to be enterprising in the Hebrides?
I feel so, yes, but I think they have a good support network, and because of the lack of jobs, it kind of forces you to be enterprising.
How long have you been going?
We started in 2010, and the product launched in July 2012.
So can we come back in about a few months and see how things are going?
Yeah, of course you can, yeah. We'll have some new products for you.
Like?
a peat smoked salt and a Hebridean seaweed salt.